Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm making roasted tomato soup from Real Food with Sarah. This soup is as simple as it gets. It starts with fresh tomatoes and a handful of ingredients, and the oven does all of the roasting work for you. Then everything gets blended into a silky, flavorful soup that feels perfect for a chilly day. So let's get into it. Okay, so this soup was very easy to make and it turned out wonderfully. I used a non-stick Dutch oven that's oven safe to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I roasted the tomatoes for 40 minutes and they were good to go. There were a few tricky parts about this recipe that I'll discuss briefly. One is concerning the head of garlic. When I cut it in half and separated it, some of the cloves from the top half fell out of the bulb. So next time I'll cut off just the top half inch or so of the head. That has always worked out best for me, and the cloves roast up nicely that way. Another tip for the garlic is to remove it from the pot after roasting and let it cool for about 10 minutes or so. Then squeeze the cloves into the soup. My wife made that suggestion and it worked out very well. The next tricky part is using the immersion blender. It is messy, and I should have followed Sarah's suggestion from the recipe page to cover the pot with a towel while blending. I suggest either doing that or using a lid from a pot to partially cover it. That will help contain any splatters that occur. Now on to the review. I served the soup with half of a grilled cheese sandwich along with some grated Parmesan cheese and red pepper flakes. For the first bite, I started with just the soup itself to get a true sense of its flavor. It was delicious. It had a natural creaminess that tasted smooth and fresh. I used half Roma and half cherry tomatoes on the vine, and that combination was rich with a natural sweetness to it. I also tasted the fresh basil. I used some from my wife's raised bed garden, and it added a nice brightness that complemented the tomatoes, onion, and garlic. And by the way, if you've never tasted roasted garlic, you don't know what you're missing. It has a sweet, buttery flavor that elevates everything it's added to. For the next bite, I just couldn't resist. I had to dunk the grilled cheese. And let me tell you, it was absolutely amazing. It was the ultimate comfort food combination. The gooey cheese, the buttery toasted bread, plus the ever so slight acidity of the tomatoes. It doesn't get any better than that. Next, I added some of the grated Parmesan and a few red pepper flakes for some heat. When I took that bite, the red pepper flakes were just too overpowering. I felt it detracted too much from the smooth, natural creaminess of the soup. I did love the Parmesan, though. It kicked up the delicious factor even more and was the perfect complement. As a matter of fact, for the few bowls we had as leftovers later on, I made sure to add some of the Parmesan each time. Overall, this is easily a 50-star recipe. I've never tasted any tomato soup better than this one. If you decide to make this simple, delicious recipe, you will never buy tomato soup in a can ever again. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to watch my other reviews in my soups playlist.